Dear Mama students, Dr. Leahy here to give you an important update on our COVID-19 preparedness. Since the first message that we sent out to you back on February 7th, seems like eons ago, I promised you that we would be both aggressive in the way in which we prepare for this pandemic, but also measured in our decision making, so that we might allow time for the public health officials to weigh in and give us the direction that we really need. I hope you all know that my highest priority continues to be, is now, and always will be, the health, safety, and welfare of all of you students. You may know that the governor released an executive order just Saturday, which expanded the social distancing requirements and has affected Monmouth University by forcing us to close our libraries, our computer labs, and our dining facilities. It's that executive order, coupled with as much information as we can get from all of the public health officials, that's put together led us to make the following decision: that we will, in fact, go to remote instruction and learning for the duration of the spring semester. I just want you to know that we held out as long as possible so that we might give ourselves a chance, a fighting chance, to all come back together again and to be together during the springtime on our incredible campus. But it just does not look possible right now. We join all of the other colleges and universities in the state of New Jersey who have already made this decision to go to remote instruction and learning for the entire semester. It is very difficult for university and college presidents to make the decision to suspend in-person instruction for that long a period, but I think we all felt it was necessary at this time. While we will not be able to gather together back here on campus in the next 6 weeks, I want you to know one thing, and one thing for sure, and that is that we as a community are committed to the highly personalized education that you've come to expect from us, even demand from us here at Monmouth University, so that each one of you may continue over the next 6 weeks as we finish the spring semester to continue on your academic journey. A decision like this has many cascading decisions, and I thought it might be helpful if I just gave you some clarity on a few of them. Let me start with grading. That question has come up repeatedly. I did, in fact, receive the petition from some 1,000 of you to look at pass-fail grading for the semester. And I'm pleased to share with you that our faculty council and our faculty as a whole has passed a flexible grading policy for the spring semester. And here's how it works in general. You would continue to do your coursework as you would in this remote learning environment. At the end of the semester, you will get a letter grade just like you would in a typical semester. But then you students will have the flexibility to decide, do you want the letter grade? Or would you like, in that particular class, to switch to pass-fail grading because you're not sure if that letter grade would help your GPA? This preserves as much flexibility as possible for you students to determine at the end of the semester whether you want the letter grade to aid your GPA or whether you just want pass-fail and ensure that you obtain the credit. I'm so pleased that our faculty went ahead and voted on this flexible option. I've not heard of an option so flexible anywhere in higher education, the details of which Provost Dada will be in touch with you to share soon. Next, let me talk a little bit about on-campus work. I know that many of you work on campus while you're here at Monmouth, and I want you to know that we have committed to ensuring that those on-campus student employment opportunities, wherever possible, will remain. Now, we may ask you to work remotely the way in which we're asking our full-time employees to work remotely. But if you want that job, you've got it. And that includes all of you who are graduate assistants and also anyone who is awarded federal work study. We know that this is one of the ways in which you package your financial package here at Monmouth, and we want to make sure that we can ensure that for you over the next 6 weeks. Again, please be in touch with your on-campus supervisor if you have any questions about this. Next, let me talk about residential move-out. Now that we have made the decision to go remote instruction and learning for the entire semester, we of course will make your rooms available to you so that you might collect your belongings. However, we have to do this in a very deliberate way, much more deliberate than normal, in order to comply with the executive order around social distancing. So here's what we're going to do. Starting on Thursday, March 26th, we'll create a 2-week schedule for you students and your families so that you might come back to Monmouth and collect your belongings. However, you're only at liberty to bring one other person with you at that time in order to ensure the social distancing compliance. I want you to know that your area coordinators will be in touch with you shortly, later today or tomorrow, so that you might get plugged into the schedule before it all begins on Thursday, March 26th. Next, refunds. I've gotten the question a lot. It's a fair question. What will happen to my meal plan, to my residence hall contract, and to my parking fees now that we're going to be remote for the entire semester? And my answer is you will have prorated refunds for those unused expenses. I'm not sure how quickly we can process them. It might be a little bit more complicated because of the way in which it's tied into financial aiding, but I promise you the board has supported the fact that we'll be able to refund those unused fees to you throughout the rest of the semester. Again, additional details will be available to you shortly. Next, commencement. I've gotten this question quite a bit from you seniors. Will we in fact offer a commencement ceremony? And the answer is an emphatic yes, we will. As soon as the spring semester finishes, and at a time when the public health officials say that it is in fact safe to have a traditional in-person ceremony, we will have one here at Monmouth to celebrate all of the achievements of you students. I can't promise you that we're going to get it done in May. It might be June, maybe even July, but you will have an opportunity to come back to campus, to spend a few days together with your fellow seniors, and to bring your families together so that we might properly celebrate your accomplishments. That's how important it is to me, as well as I know to all of you. Summer international trips. Right now, we've canceled all faculty-led summer study abroad trips. You might think, well, that's months in advance, Dr. Leahy. Why make the decision now? Well, very shortly now, we would have to otherwise start making hotel arrangements and flight arrangements and other kind of arrangements, which if we have any chance of then canceling, we're going to create a problem trying to get those refunds. We know this because we're struggling to get the refunds for our spring break study abroad trips. We've just decided at this point we need to take a break and not send any faculty-led study abroad trips this summer. In fact, I just heard today, and maybe you did too, that the Olympic Games have been postponed for a year so that we can allow this coronavirus to clear out. So all study abroad trips this summer will be canceled. My hope is that you'll have an opportunity at some point in the not too distant future to make up those trips. And we'll do everything we can to try to figure out a way to get them rescheduled. One thing that is going this summer, however, is our summer programming. At this point, there's no change to our summer courses. So I would encourage you students who want to continue along your academic pathway and have visions of taking courses over the summer to go ahead and register for those courses. Now, I can't promise you right now that we're going to be able to offer those in the traditional on-ground manner. We may take more of those to remote instruction as well, given what the public health officials have to say as we get into late May. But they will be going this summer, and I encourage you to sign up for those so that you might continue on your educational journey. So I would ask you to stay in close touch to your Monmouth email in the days and weeks to come for continual updates as we continue to follow this global pandemic. Lastly, I understand that there are some of you students out there who are facing particularly hardship situations. In particular, if you're students from limited financial means. I want you to know that your university is there for you. So what I've done is I've created a President's Relief Fund that might be available to help you through this difficult time. All I would ask you to do is to go online to monmouth.edu/relief. That's monmouth.edu/relief. And there's a really short form there that I need you to fill out, telling me the situation, asking for hopefully a nominal financial amount. And then what I will do is go to a fund that we have created through the generosity of donors over the years and see if we can't find resources that might be helpful to you to get you through this particularly difficult time. That request comes right into my office, and I have staff in my office standing by, waiting to take a look at those requests and see if we can't be helpful to you in a rapid and highly personalized fashion. I can't promise you that every one of the requests is going to get filled. We do have limited resources in that relief fund, but I want to go ahead and give it a try. Send in your requests and let's see if we can't be helpful in some way or another. Let me finish with this. President Kennedy, many years ago, said, "Do not pray for easy lives. Pray that we might be stronger men and women." My prayer right now is that all of us can summon the additional strength that we need to deal with this coronavirus crisis. Together, we will weather this storm. And when we all come back together again, Monmouth will be better than ever. That I promise you. If you or your parents have any questions at all about the decisions that we've made, and I understand that there might be, I want you to feel free to address them directly to me, president@monmouth.edu. That is president@monmouth.edu. I promise every question that comes in will get a reply. That's my commitment to all of you students. Thank you all for being part of the Monmouth University community. I wish you all the very best during our remote instruction and learning period. I can't wait to have you back on campus as hopefully as soon as this summer, and of course, if not, then next fall. And I hope that you'll stay safe and keep your loved ones safe too. Thanks.